Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Choma of Choma Stitches, and today we are going to be making this beautiful long flowing maxi gown that you see in the video. And so stay to the end of the video to learn how I made it, and also check the link in the description box below to see how I also made the scrunchie you can see above. So don't forget to subscribe and also hit the like button, and you are also very free to share this video so this community can grow. To achieve this, I used a complete 6 yards ankara fabric, and I had to cut it into 3 pieces, 2 yards each for each piece. Okay, so these are the pieces as you can see them, 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards. So I'm going to pick out one of the 2 yards now and cut it in half. So I'm taking one of the 2 yards piece, and I'm going to open it up, and I will fold it in half. As you see me fold, I'm going to fold it matching the selvages together so that I can cut it open. I'm going to cut it into 2 equal parts. And now after cutting it open, I'm going to pick one of the other 2 yards of fabric, the one that is uncut, and then I'm going to place it on the table, and I will place this other one that has cut into half. I'll place it on top of it, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew it around the selvages. I'm going to join them. I'm just the way I'm placing it like this. I'm just going to go ahead and sew it around the place where you're seeing the borders, and join the two of them together to make a piece, and repeat the same thing for the other one. Okay, so I have joined it, and I have ironed this place to conceal the joining and to give it a neat finish around here. So now it's time to fold it, and I'm going to be folding it in triangle, and the width of the ankara has gone from 45 inches width to this is about 66.5 inches. That's a whole lot of increment. So basically what you're increasing is the width of the ankara when you add this other cutout. So now I'm going to be folding the ankara into a triangle. So first you're going to pick up the part of the ankara, the larger part of the ankara, and you are going to fold it. You are trying to fold it towards the end. Okay, I am trying to fold it into a triangle. Okay, so I have folded into a triangle as you can see, and look at how long this is. This is how long. So the reason why you fold it like this is you are trying to make sure that this joined part is tilting towards the end, okay, towards the down part of the dress. So this is going to be like the down part of the dress. Okay, so this is it. I folded it into a long triangle, and I am going to pick up the other pieces and fold it too and match them together. So now that I've folded both of them together, I'm going to go ahead and pin it so that we can input our measurements. I've folded them together, as you can see. The two of them are layered together to give us the full length. So the circumference of the bust is 9.25. The bust is 37 inches. 37 inches divided by 4 will give us 9.25. If you add 1 inch, you get 10.25. So I'm going to find 10.25 here. This is 10.25, and I'm going to mark it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and rule a straight ruler on it. Okay, so now I am going to, from this place, I am going to find the across the shoulder measurement. Now the shoulder measurement we are working with is 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I'm going to mark 8 inches. And because this dress is going to be a spaghetti sleeve dress, and I would like it to lap very well on the body, I'm going to go ahead and take out 2 inches from this across the shoulder measurement. So minus 2 inches. So what I have here is 6 inches. Okay, so from the 6 inches, I am going to go up by 4 inches. 4 inches. And then from the end here, I am going to come up by 2 inches. 2 inches. So I'm going to rule a straight line to connect this. From the 2 inches to the 4 inches I ruled up, I am going to go ahead and connect it with a straight line. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to be using this as my armhole. I'm going to use my curved ruler to curve this place to get an armhole. So I have an armhole here. So from the 4 inches here, I'm going to curve it to meet the 2 inches all the way here to get the neckline of this dress. Now I can impute the full length of this dress, and so to get the full length, I am going to put that from my tape. I'm going to get my 4 inches on the tape, and I'm going to be placing it on the 4 inches marking I have made. From here, I am going to extend my roller, my tape all the way down to get the full length of this gown. Now the full length of the gown we are working with is 62 inches. So I am going to be extending this all the way to 16 inches, 62 inches. So I have 60 inches here. Our tape is 16 inches long. So the end of the tape is 62 inches. And then you add 1 inch, of course, for your 1 inch for the folding allowance to fold the edges. So I'm going to mark out this 62 inches all across. And guys, note that you are going to make this dress, you'll be needing a complete 6 yards of fabric to achieve this. So now I am going to be connecting the dots. The markings I've made, I'm going to be connecting it. Now this full length, now we have gotten this a total of 63 inches. So you can now ask me, someone that is now, their full length is now more than 63 inches. What you're going to do is, after you cut out this place, you can now maybe create a ruffle. Create a ruffle to extend the length. You can create a ruffle to extend it to get the length of the one you want. At the end of the day, you will still get your circle flare skirt. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out this place now. So now we are going to impute the full bust circumference, and the bust circumference is 9.25 plus 1 inch is 10.25, which is basically at the end here. So we have a complete, we have our dress cut out with both the sewing allowance of 1 inch. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cut out this place. Also at this point, because I am cutting it, the two of them together, both the front and the back are going to have the same depth. So if you want to make maybe the back to be shallower than the front, or you want to add a twist, you can go ahead and, whatever you want to add to the design. If you decide you want to add a rope at the back of the dress, you can come here and cut it down deep below, giving it this deep cut, and then you make a rope. Whatever design you want to make out of this is the part where you impute the design. Okay, so we have our pattern cut out. Next I'm going to be doing is cutting out the facing for this. So as you can see, I folded the facing fabric into 2 as well, and I'm going to cut it together. So I have 2 facing for the front and the back. Another thing I'm going to be cutting out is a pocket. Now, what is a maxi gown without a pocket to flow? So to cut out the pocket, I am going to be placing the leftover fabrics. So you decide how deep you want your pockets to be. I'm just going to use my hand as a sketch, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark it out. You can decide how deep you want this pocket to be. So I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to be cutting out another 2 of these, because you need 2 for each pocket. So this is the pocket, we set it aside. Now next I'm going to be cutting out the spaghetti sleeve, that's the shoulder line. So we have the main bodies, we have the facing pieces, we have the pocket piece and the neckline. So I have this to be 9 inches long by 2 inches. 1 inch to attach it to the bodies, and the other 8 inches for the extension of the sleeve length, which can be longer depending. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it in like so. Fold it like this. Run a straight inch, half an inch like this all the way here, and then I will turn it inside out using a loop turner, and then we can now attach it to the upper bodies. But first, let's pin the pockets. So I'm going to show us how you can pin your pockets to the dress. Now the position of the pocket depends on the length of the person that is going to wear it. If it's for me, if I'm the one that's going to wear this dress, I'm going to start attaching my pocket by coming down to say 7 inches. But this person that their length is about 62 inches, obviously the person is tall. So I'm going to start by 8 inches or 8.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 8.5 inches, and I'm going to start pinning the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and sew here with 0.75 inch or 1 inch. Just use your sewing allowance. I have attached the pocket and I've ironed it, as you can see. Just a straight stitch and iron it to keep it flat. Okay, so this is the neckline, and these are the ropes I have made for the sleeve. Okay, to achieve this, you just make a straight stitch on your rope or whatever piece you want to use as your rope. This is a loop turner that has a hook at the end. Just going to pass the hook turner inside, pass the loop turner inside, hook it, and use it to pull it out. So this is how I achieved, yeah. Then you iron it. This is how I achieved these ones. As you can see, and I've ironed it. So now to attach this one, to attach it to the body, you place it on at the edge here, because I've already added the sewing allowance. Okay, and then you are going to take one of the facing, and I'm going to place it together, and I'll pin. Okay, also note that I am facing it, the part I want to show and the outer of the dress, the part I want to be showing, I am placing that part on the right side of the fabric, and then I'm going to pin it. So now I am going to go ahead and sew. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and sew from the armhole all the way, sewing, joining the neckline all the way, sewing all of this place to the end. Okay, so here I have sewn it, and so I'm taking out the pins. So all these curved areas, because I'm going to iron it, I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors to make notches very close to the seam line. Try not to cut through on the seam line. Don't cut open the seam line. Another thing that is going to make the ironing very good is your hemming gum. So when you want to iron it, because now that I have notched it, I'm going to turn it inside out. It's looking very clean. So if you want to iron it, you are going to go ahead and put this hemming gum inside. You're going to put the hemming gum inside here and iron it so that it will lay perfectly and it will look neater. To attach this rope to the other side, so I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to place this other one on top of it. So like I did on the other one, I'm going to place it here. Take the other facing. When you put it down here, you take the other facing, place it on top of it. I'm going to go ahead and sew as well. I have attached the sleeves completely, as you can see. Look at how cute this looks. Yay! And here it is. So it's time to sew the sides. This is the simpler part, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm pinning this place together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew with 1 inch. So you can sew with up to 1 inch. Since I left 1 inch sewing allowance, so I'm going to be sewing with 1 inch. And when I get here, I'm going to sew. So I'm coming this way from here. I'm going to come here, and then I'll sew the pockets. I'll go around the pockets, and I'll come out here, and I'll go right here and sew all the way to the end, and I'll repeat the same thing on this side. Now the reason why it's laying perfectly after ironing is because I've put the hemming gum. See, you can't reach this place. I've put the hemming gum all inside while ironing. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the sides, and then I will hem the edges. I will hem the edges and give this place neat weaving, and then my model will wear it, and you will see the outcome of this beautiful dress. And here it is, guys. It came out really beautiful with the scrunchie on her head as well. So please, if at this point you have not subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and check out our other sewing tutorials. And also do not forget to practice. Practice is very important. See you in my next sewing tutorial. Bye bye.